Afternoon. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm getting a lot of pictures from my friends, with beautiful snow they've had, and not so much fun they've had either. And then we've been kind of cold here too, but I know it's all relative. Um, we've been in the 50s, but it's been getting down to the 30s, so we had to turn on our heater. So that's not always fun, for us anyway. But anyway, this week we're going to talk about mindset and your health. And it's, I mean, we've all heard all the stories, I'm sure, about cancer patients and people that have devastating emergency health emergencies, things like that, brain emergencies, that have really used their mindset to get better. And I just want to give you two examples that I know of people in my own life. And the first example I want to give you is with Joseph. Um, when we first found out he had cancer, it was very fast, very quick. So glad that if we were going to find out, it was at home, because we had just been hiking on the Appalachian a few months before that. So if it got hurt out there, I don't know what I would have done. So, so I'm grateful for that for sure. Um, but he's always had the mindset of a fighter. I kind of knew that before, but I didn't know it to the extent that he was until this happened. Um, he he may be small in stature, and he's even smaller in stature now since the cancer, because it took 4 inches off of his height. Uh, and he's always in pain because of it, which is sad, but he's always fought. He always fought, and we have a lot of funny stories about it, but I just wanted to give you a little inclination of what he went through. When we found out they want to do stem cell transplants. Now, all this happened real fast, so keep that in mind. We got there in September, and the first thing that they want to do is to harvest your stem cells. Stem cells. So all these procedures are the same that I'm getting ready to tell you. First thing they do is give you high dose chemo. And what they want to do is to knock everything down to zero. Your blood count, your platelets, all of it. It's got to be zero. And then they harvest it. Okay, and then he goes through that again. But this time, the next time, they're going to get him down to zero and rescue him with those stem cells that they had harvested. And he only got, like, the first time, we had a lot of complications after harvesting. But I think we were home 10 days, and then we had to go back, and it takes 6 weeks because you got to go all the way down, and you got to get your immunity back up. And but he fought so hard. We had finally found each other. He wasn't going to give up, and he just fought and fought and fought and never gave up. And he's still that way, and I will always follow him as far as he wants to go. As long as he wants to fight, then I'm fighting with him. Now, my other example that I have was a few years ago, and Mom doesn't know I'm going to talk about it, but when we first found out she had cancer, it was kind of scary for us, because Mom's always been the strong one. Dad was the one that got sick all the time, and Mom was always the rock. Well, now here she is sick. But I remember watching her make sure that she had the right mindset, and she would take the time. If that meant she needed to lie down and do some meditation, listen to some nice music, she took that time because she realized how important it was. And we're grateful that she came out of it, and she's been cancer free for many years now. But I just kind of remember that in the back of my head, how important to her mindset was. I don't know if she thought about it, but that's what she did, and she did the example for us. But this week, what we're going to go over in group is we're going to go through mental health, because that's very important, and that will cover your intellectual, your creativity, and your emotional. And then we'll look at physical health, how mindset is important, and that will be, making sure you're eating the right things, making sure you're taking the right supplements, making sure you're exercising right. So you have to have a certain mindset to make sure you do all those things. Now, I know it's easy to just look, when you're dealing with hypothyroidism, you just want to look at the physical. But what I found out is I needed to have the mental taken care of too. So if it seems so overwhelming, don't concentrate on just one or the other. Make sure you do a little bit in both sides of it. So that way you don't get overwhelmed, but at the same time you're being able to use those two together because they do work hand in hand. So, but today, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Be sure to get in the group if you want to hear about how important mental health is to taking care of your hypothyroidism. Have a good day.